could clearly see the audience turning their face to him to see him laughing. His laughter is like the entire universe is not watching. He cracked this laughter deep from the heart because this man knows exactly how hard we work to get that laughter. So he laughed his heart out of it. And today, he shall come on this virtual stage and share with us the tips of how laughter is created. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Robert Devota, along with this gigantic, historical laughing master. There is this guy. What's his name? Some DTM Karthik and something, who still believe that he's as young as I knew him 15 years ago. I don't know what made him associated to Robert Devota. I mean, he believes he's more handsome than him. Well, the hair doesn't count, Mr. Karthikan. Not on your head, nor on your mustache. The hair doesn't count. It's all about what's inside beneath the hair. Please help me welcome on the stage the Toastmaster who have inspired me with his hang on, it will be okay speech more than 12 years ago, and made me believe in Toastmasters being the most inspiring laughter stage. Help me welcome DTM Karthikan and DTM Robert Devota.
Hey!
Thank you, Toastmaster Sami. You are, and you always were and still are as charming as a bee on having a good day. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for having us here. The Comedy Toastmasters Club, Hasim Hegazi, has been chasing me with a net and a stick and a rifle, and I've managed to dodge every one of them, but there's only so much I can do. Right? There's only so far I can run. I got tired, and so I put my hands up. Okay, here I am, and here I am. And this time I have with me my good partner Karthik also. So Comedy Toastmasters Club is all about the laughter. It's all about the funny bone. It's all about the humor, right? And that's where Karthik and me said, let's do this for the club, because what we do at the Dubai Improv Tribe and Improv, it's all about stirring up the creative juices that are there in every one of us. We don't believe it, but it's there. And that's what we do on a regular basis. Getting people to get in touch with what's inside and just let it all out. Who cares what others think about us?
And Robert, these guys are the ones who care less for others, you know?
Exactly. So without further ado, let's get into some of the techniques that we use to juice up the creativity in every individual. All right.
Just before we start, Robert, one small thing. You know, maybe we, you know, if some of them are wondering, I think all of them are very keen. But if some of them are wondering, why am I going to do all these crazy things? I am supposed to be doing comedy. I'm supposed to be the comedy king. I want to become the comedy king, not the funny joker. Why am I doing all this? I think, you know, we should give them a small intro into what is improv all about. In fact, when Prab asked us what is the topic, we said Improvmedy, you know, comedy and improv. How improv will help you become the comedy king that you want to be. And that's what is going to be our session today. And with something which will, you'll see, I mean, it is a vast thing. We cannot, it's not a switch. We are not here to switch on something so that you become the comedy king tomorrow morning or at 8:30 as you leave this meeting. No, it is just the first step, a few steps you can take to get to that place. And I think, you know, Robert, we should tell them something about the history of this art form, which helps, you know.
Okay. As far as I know, improv actually dates back a long time in the past. The improv that we know today, which is performed throughout the world in the fashion and format that it is It sprung up in the early 50s thanks to Viola Spolin, a teacher who used this as a tool to help immigrant children assimilate themselves into American mainstream culture. So she was wondering, how do I convey all these concepts and ideas to these children? And she hit upon this idea that children love fun and games. So let me use that to get them to learn stuff that is strange to them and alien to them. And that's how it all started off. Just to help children learn stuff in a fun and gamey way. And today in Toastmasters also, what do we always hear said? When you're having fun, that's where you're also learning the most. If it's all serious and classroom kind of atmosphere, after a while we just want to switch off, don't we? And that's what improv is all about. Improv is unscripted, unrehearsed, in the moment drama. Comedy happens as a result. It's not a goal. It just happens as a result. All right. Now, Karthik, you want to add on to that?
Yeah, I guess that's the history of this. In fact, if you really want to have a deep history into this, it goes as back as Aristotle, 350 BC. It started off there. Then, because he says that the basis for comedy is improvisation, just like tragedy. And that's where it started. Then Italian drama took this over with commedia dell'arte, and where they started making improvised dramas. And that's where all this evolved. And we as aspiring comedians of tomorrow, we all want to develop this art of being comic, being funny. Tomorrow, maybe your path is towards stand-up comedy or being a comedy writer. If you want to do that, I think these exercises of improv will help you widen your mind, make sure that you can think in wilder ways and bring in fun and comedy into whatever you do. I think we should start off with some exercise. Something I think everybody can be a part of this.
Yep. All right. For this, I'm going to request all of you all to switch on your videos. If you're not shy to show yourself as you are, if you are not in a state to show yourself, don't show yourself. All right. Otherwise, I request you to show yourselves. Cool. We'll start off with an exercise that we call rapid word association in comedy. When we are writing a comedy script, one of the strengths of a good comedy writer is to bring about wild associations between two totally disparate subjects and present it in a manner that will shock the audience who are listening to it and say, "Oh, I never thought of that." So it's all about making rapid associations between totally disconnected subjects and ideas. And how we practice that in improv is by doing an exercise called, oh my God, Elizabeth, I don't know what kind of lighting you're sitting under, but I suddenly got scared. You look like that character from that movie with a girl all the hair on top. Okay, so it's called rapid word association. How it goes is, one person will start off by throwing a word at another person, and that person has to immediately throw a word which he or she associates to the word that was thrown at them to a third person. It's all about keeping the flow of the words going as quickly as possible. Now, what you're going to get out of this is, one, you're going to learn how different people associate to the same word. You might think that if the word is this, then what could be associated is only this. But you're going to be surprised as to the many variations that are going to come up. And that's going to open your eyes to how many different ways you can associate two different subjects. All right? Any questions before we begin? This is for all. No points. The winner will get a dinner from Sami Herbavi. The loser will get to pay the membership fees for
no, we'll get to pay for the dinner. I'm inviting.
Yes. All right. So let's begin with Rashmi, Apple.
Captain Newton.
Head, Karthik. Head.
Head. Hair. Prabha.
Prabha is struck speechless because you threw hair at him.
I said none, Rob.
What did you say?
None.
None.
Habit, Padmaja.
Kitchen, Sami.
Where I live is in the kitchen.
Just a word,
one
Sami.
word.
Don't show off. Just a word.
My love.
To who? Pass it on to someone.
Jay.
Many. Khalid.
I'm not sure I heard the name. What did you say?
Many.
Many. Money. Bosco.
Dollar.
Don't keep the
Doctor.
dollar to yourself. Pass it on.
Doctor. Abdul Sattar.
I missed the instruction. What am I supposed to do? I'm so sorry.
Tell us. All
Well,
dollars
you
down the
have
drain.
to conduct
give-
the surgery impromptu now. You have no
Give back
instruction.
the dollar and I will give it to Elizabeth.
Good luck for the patients.
Anyways.
Open his chest and find out. yourself.
Okay, but the others who were watching, you heard the words that were being passed, right?
Random
And you
words, or is there any
probably-
connection?
I'm sorry?
Random words, or is there any connection?
Associated words.
Yeah, that you are supposed to associate a word to the word that you receive.
Okay.
That's what it was. So I'm just getting at, if you were paying attention to the words that were being passed around, in your mind you probably thought that, okay, if this is a word, then this would probably be the word that you would associate. How many of you were surprised by the words that actually came out in association to the word that was given to others? Put up your hands. There you go. So you see how many different variations can be there if you practice yourself to master this art. Now imagine if you're going to be writing a comedy script. Comedy is all about surprise, taking your audience by surprise. And this is a huge tool that you can use to master the art of making rapid associations between two disconnected subjects, which will take your audience by surprise and put them in the mood to ease those muscles. Okay, let's have another round. Doctor, you're with us now? Clear? It's just rapid association of words. Cool? You can begin. Give a word to anyone else.
Jump. Nandini.
Marriage.
To who? Nandini, pass it on to someone.
Okay, Robert.
Once. Rub.
Khalid. President Khalid.
What was your word
No,
again?
no, it's okay. He has already passed.
Robert has already passed it.
Yeah, I already passed it to Prab.
Again, Padmaja.
Padmaja looks happy when you said again.
Actually, Robert, something came to my mind. That's why I laughed. Okay. Impossible.
The problem if
Karthik again.
I am possible. Sami.
Why not? Jay.
always. Khalid.
Sun. Who else? Priya. Sun.
Moon. Rashmi.
Bean, Abdul. Doctor. Beam.
Beam. Sharp. Sunita.
You are sergeant indeed.
Knife. Knife. Sami.
Cut.
Cut. All right, we'll cut this game with that word. So once again, I hope you got an idea of how many different ways you can make associations if you just allow your mind to expand on the subject. All right. Now we'll go on to the next exercise. This is something amazing. It's a great tool that you have to practice if you're going to be writing comedy scripts for comedy speeches. It's called deconstructing proverbs. Karthik, would you like to give us a description of that?
Yeah, it's like, when you write, how do you practice writing comedy lines? I mean, how can we do this? Is it something which we can learn? Or, normally people say like, comedy is something which you have to be funny right from the time you're born. This is something which we can learn. We can learn how to write comedy lines. And one of the main important or the common way is the element of surprise, like already was mentioned, and the punchline. How do you make a punchline? The punchline is what will give you that effect. Let's say, for example, a simple thing, how do you practice this? Writing punchlines. Take something which is common. Okay, let's say, can I have a proverb? Anybody, can you give me a proverb? Because proverbs are something which we all know. Yeah, Priya.
Make hay while the sun shines.
Make hay while the sun shines. Okay. Make hay while the sun shines. That's the proverb. Okay. Make hay. Make hay is constant. Let's see what other options we can come up with for the second part. Yeah. And the idea is to be quick. If you have a piece of paper, let's say like in 30 seconds, let's see how many lines we can write. Make hay while the sun shines is the line. Make hay is fixed. Keep changing while the sun shines. Take a piece of paper. If you have a piece of paper, write down, or mentally you want to jog, do it. In 30 seconds, let's see how many lines we can come up with.
Make hay when the grass is no longer green.
Right. Anybody else wants to give? Yeah.
Make hay while the cow comes home.
Great. Another one? Yeah, Priya.
Make hay while the cows are fast asleep.
Great.
Make hay when you're free.
Great.
Make hay when you are healthy. Make hay when you are wealthy. Make hay when the sun is hot.
Great. Yeah, Bosco.
Make hay when my son is not at home.
Yeah, great. Rashmi?
Make hay when the boss is asleep.
Robert?
Make hay if your mother-in-law is coming for dinner.
Right. Okay. Yeah, Sonali.
Make hay while it is still growing.
Yeah, crops.
Make hay if you want to lose weight.
Right. You see, in 30 seconds, all we had was 30 seconds. Look at the number of punchlines we brought out. So writing comedy is very simple. Take something which, simple way to practice is take something which everybody knows and change half of it. Because when you say, when you start saying, make hay, everybody in their mind is expecting to hear while the sun shines. The moment you change it, it brings in the element of comedy into it. Yeah, let's try to, you want to try another proverb?
Karthik?
Yeah.
Why not we play this as a group exercise where we give the proverb and then we allow the group to reconstruct a new ending to the proverb, one word at a time.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Yes, let's do that. So that that'd be a good way of doing it.
Okay, so I'll pick on President Khalid, Prabhakar, Padmaja, Jay, and Rashmi. So Khalid, Prabhakar, Padmaja, Jay, Rashmi.
Maybe the Zoom master can just spotlight them. So that
just spotlight these five, Khalid, Prabhakar, Padmaja, Jay, and Rashmi. I'll give you a proverb, all right? And using that, let's see you reconstruct the proverb, leaving the first half as it is and coming up with a new second half, all right? The first half remains as it is. You see if you can come up with a new second half. Each one of you gets to add only one word at a time. And let's see what comes out of it. Yeah? So, where's Padmaja and Jay? Can we have Padmaja and Jay also spotlighted? Zoom Master. And the proverb is, here's an easy one. Yeah, Jay.
About what order are we going?
It's the president always, because he's the president, number one. And we have to respect the hackers in today's world, so that's number 2. And then the one who's nodding her head is 3. Padmaja, who was so happy when we said you can marry again, is number 4. That leaves you number 5. All right? Cool? Okay, here's your proverb. It's an easy one. A bird in hand is worth 2 in the bush. A bird in hand is worth 2 in the bush. Now we'll keep a bird in hand and let's see if we can create a new twisted ending to this proverb. Okay, so Khalid, a bird in hand, and you will say one word, and then Prab will say another word, and Rashmi and Padmaja and Jay, and let's see if we can come up with a twisted ending to this. Okay, so a bird in hand. You're muted.
Can I add is worth and the words?
Yeah, one word. A bird in hand. You see, what's stopping us here is
the verb.
That we might be thinking, oh, I have to come up with a really snappy, punchy word, but that's not necessary. Sometimes you'll have to do the obvious thing, and that is a bird in hand. And what would be the most obvious thing that could follow that?
Fly.
A bird in hand flies.
Flies.
Rab.
Away.
A bird in hand flies away when?
Padmaja.
A bird in hand flies away when given.
Jay.
A bird in hand flies away when given a slap.
That's 2 words.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so you get the idea. Let's try another proverb. I'll give you another proverb. Actions speak louder than words. Okay? Actions speak louder than words, but Khalid?
But cars.
Fly.
But cars. Did you say
fly.
cars?
Yeah.
But cars fly when?
But cars fly when fuel.
Actions speak louder than words, but cars fly when fuel burns.
What? Action speaks louder than word, but cars fly when fuel burns. Now, all of you, some of you may be wondering, what's the point of this exercise? How is it adding value? Remember what you've been told about the opening of your speeches? Begin with a quote, because that grabs attention and all that. But imagine if it's a humorous speech that you're giving and you begin with a quote and everybody is taken up, and then you twist that quote in a manner that they never expected. You've got them from the beginning. You got them from the word go. All right. So this is one way of doing it. Let's have another 5. Let's have Nandini. Let's have Sunita. Let's have Karthik. Let's have Dr. Abdul and Bosco, because these are the 5 people I can see on my screen. So Nandini, Sunita, Karthik, Abdul and Bosco. Zoom Master, can you help me with that? Nandini, Sunita, Karthik, Dr. Abdul, and Bosco. I keep repeating it because I have short-term memory. I'll forget the names. Bosco. So Nandini, Sunita, Karthik, Dr. Abdul, and Bosco. Bosco became first. I don't know why. Zoom Master likes him a lot, I think. Okay, that's Dr. Abdul. I need Karthik and Nandini and Sunita. And Sunita, yes. Okay, Sunita is going to join us shortly. Here's a very easy common proverb. All's well that ends well.
The order has been given.
Well, that ends well. So the speaking order is going to be Bosco, followed by Dr. Abdul, followed by Karthik, followed by Nandini, followed by Sunita. Now, the proverb is all's well that ends well. Now, we'll take away ends well, we'll keep all's well and see what you can come up with. All right? All's well that ends well, but all's well, Bosco.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
In life.
No, one word.
One word.
Oh, sometimes life.
Sometimes life.
Sometimes life tells.
Tells.
Sometimes life tells lesson.
Lesson. Or listen. Lesson or listen, Nandini?
Oh, lesson.
Lesson. All's well, but sometimes life lesson.
Life tells lesson.
Life tells lesson. It's okay. Don't think too much. Just
hard.
Hard or heart.
Hard. H-A-R-D.
H-A-R-D. All's well, but sometimes life tells lesson hard. Are we ending with that or you want to go on with that?
I think it's good.
Yeah. Okay. You must be wondering what Robert and Karthik said. We can deconstruct proverbs and it will be funny. Like Karthik said in the beginning, the funny doesn't come like immediately. It comes with repetition and practice. I'll give you another proverb. All's fair in love and war. All right? All's fair in love and war. I'm going to remove in love and war and let's start with all's fair. Bosco?
All's fair in
the
contest.
No. Only one word, Bosco.
No.
I know when it came to love.
Yeah, can you repeat? Can you repeat?
Yeah. The proverb is all's fair in love and war. All right. Now we are taking away the second half in love and war and we are keeping only the first half. All's fair. And now you are going to reconstruct this proverb one word at a time. So what word are you going to add after all's fair?
All's fair and
Doctor?
Competition.
All's fair and competition
is
all's fair and competition is. Nandini's look like, what are these three men coming up with? What are we supposed to say?
Competition is exciting.
Oh, great.
All's fair and competition is exciting. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, I'll give you another one. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. All right? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Now I'm going to take away the first part. I'm taking away an apple. And let's see, a day keeps the doctor away is the last part. Nandini wants to start. So let's give Nandini. Okay, so an apple a day keeps the doctor away. We are removing an apple. A day keeps the doctor away is the last part. Let's see if you can come up with something for the first part. Bosco?
Orange?
No, Nandini is starting.
Okay.
A message a day.
Oh, Nandini wants to say the whole thing.
In one word.
A message a day
I'll say the
keeps
whole thing, she
the
said.
doctor away.
No, one word.
One word. No?
Message.
Message, okay. Message,
Message.
yeah.
Sunita?
No, I didn't get this. A message. No, I'll just pass it on. I'll take it at the end. Let me understand the
Sunita
concept.
doesn't care much for messages, so she's passing it on. Bosco?
Message from.
Message from? Dr. Abdul?
Fitness.
Fitness.
Message from
fitness.
Fitness clubs.
Message from fitness clubs a day keeps the doctor away. Make sense?
Nice one. Yes.
Okay, so this is another method of deconstructing well-known proverbs to suit the content of your speech. Now, we just took proverbs at random and we try to do it. Okay. The trick is, okay, here we did it in a group. You can do it alone. You can do it one-on-one with somebody. Okay. You can do it alone or you can do it one-on-one with somebody, and don't let your logic get in the way of your thinking. That's where we will trip up 9 times out of 10, because this logical side of us will come and keep on judging every input that we come up with. It will say, no, that's not funny. Seriously? That word? Oh, it doesn't suit your speech at all. What makes you think that is funny? What makes you think people are going to laugh for that? Don't let your logic come in the way. Just freewheel your thoughts and you'll be amazed at the outcomes. Seriously, I'm telling you, you'll be amazed at the outcomes. Thank you so much for this, Zoom Master. We'll revert back. The red light is up, and thank you so much for having us, though it was a short session, but I hope you understood some of the concepts behind what makes comedy work and how you can practice these concepts on your own to get better at comedy. Comedy is the art of the unexpected. Remember that. And to become good at this art of the unexpected is to become more freewheeling in your thinking, is to be able to associate loosely and rapidly and come up with bizarre connections which you can present in a speech which will throw your audience off balance. And when people are surprised, most of the times they end up laughing. Karthik, any closing words?
I mean, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say. In fact, I want to tell them one thing. Whenever you're trying to write comedy, don't bring a castle to the table. Bring a brick and build a castle. So that is how you can build comedy. If you bring a castle, you'll just have a block of concrete there. Bring a brick and build your castle. And you'll find that you can write the funniest script that we can ever have. I hope, wish you all the best and write the best comedy, and let's have a comedy marathon. I can see the talent which is there in your group, your WhatsApp group, amazing talent. Only thing, just get it into shape, and I think we should have a comedy marathon sponsored by your club very soon.
Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster Sami.
Thank you, Toastmaster Robert and Karthik, for this wonderful session. You guys are definitely the right creatures for this club. And this, I believe, with this, the hunt is over, Hazim. Leave Robert for some time. Let him grow some hair. Let him live as a human being. It's indeed a hard task, building humor. It's a manufacturing process. It doesn't come natural. It has to be planned and well prepared. And that's exactly what we will learn together right after this break. I think we are running out of time, so I'm not sure. Do we really need a break after all this laughter?
No need.
The hell with the break.